So I have my veil. It's a 42-inch fingertip cut. It's in ivory, and I have my 1/2-inch beautiful ribbon. It's satin both sides. Make sure you do that because you want the satin to be on both sides, not just one-sided. You want it to be double-faced. So when you find that, make sure it's double-faced. And so we're going to get started over at the sewing machine. And so all you need is your sewing machine, your ribbon, and your veil, and you're ready to go. I'm at my machine, and I'm so excited to start the ribbon edge because this is one of those beautiful romantic edges that is timeless, really. Here I have this beautiful 1/2 inch. You can do a 1 inch, you could do a 1/4 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch. The process that we're using today is going to be used for all ribbon edges. And what we're going to do right now is I'm going to first sew this side of the ribbon. And then after that, we're going to sew the right side of the ribbon. You want to make sure that you have a good selvage right there. See that little extra right there? You want to make sure you have that. And I put that little sticky note there so you could see this a little better. And then we're going to cut all that away. And what that's going to do is cause this ribbon to lay perfectly flat. It won't be all jumbly and it won't be ill-fitted. We'll just make it beautiful and straight. So I'm going to start by anchoring right here at the top of my left side. Okay. And I'm going to put my needle in the left position because I'm on the left side. And I'm going to really go slow at the very beginning to lock that stitch. Back and forth to lock it. And we're going to go very slow from the beginning. Now, what I would like you to do is watch and observe what I'm doing because a lot of what I do, I don't even know I'm doing, like how I hold my ribbon right here. When I'm holding my ribbon, I'm anchoring it down with this finger. That's my middle finger. And I'm holding it up like this, almost like in the letter S. You see that? And I'm going to come down the entire time in that same position, readjusting this netting so that it's flat here. And we're just going to go down right now. All right. So we're going to go all the way down the left side of that ribbon. You want to go slow and steady. I'll give you enough here so I can show you here in a second. All right, so here we are. You can see that right there. It's beautifully done so that you don't really even know it has been sewn. We're going to do the same exact thing on the right side, but I'm going to have to meet you on the other end of this side, and then we'll start the right side. So I'll see you in a minute, and take your time, especially around the curve. Okay, see you on the other side. All right, we're finished with that end, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut that ribbon off right there, just like you would any sewing project. We're going to go ahead and make sure there's a nice tail behind you. And we're going to go all the way to the other end. And just so you know, if you were to just sew, let's say one side, but didn't do that, and I've seen that where you just you sew right here and that's it. What that does, in my opinion, it doesn't give a nice flat edge. We're going to structure the edge by allowing that netting to be underneath of it. See that? That gives it a little bit more structure. It's kind of like a base. We begin, I'm going to go ahead and cut the top off just so that we have less to be bothered by. We only needed that for the beginning. That little tail just kind of helps so it doesn't slip away. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this side of your ribbon. Now that we have this lovely base here, we can now sew that, and you will have a perfectly flat laying ribbon. All right, and then we're going to put that needle position into the right position because we're doing the right side of your ribbon. And we're going to go ahead and do everything the same way we did before. We're going to lock that stitch very slowly. Because this is very light, it can jam your machine. So I prefer to go slow at the beginning until that is past my foot. Once I'm past my foot, I feel like I'm free to go. Oh, we have a little situation there. Do you see how I didn't actually catch the ribbon there? Let's show you a quick tip for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that ribbon over. I'm going to put a very small bead so we don't have to do it all over. A very small bead of glue right here, and we're talking very small. And then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to go on top of that thread. You're going to need a little tool. That way it's all secure in place. It's not going to go anywhere because the glue is very powerful. And then I just kind of hold it down and then that's fixed. Okay, now we're going to go down the right side, and again, you're just going to go smooth sailing. You're going to take your time. Easy peasy. It's a lot easier to sew the right side than it is the left, I will say. I'm holding my netting and ribbon same way I did before, kind of like in that little S shape. And I'm constantly making sure that everything is straight this way. All right, so let's go. It's not a very fast process. You want to do it right, so take your time. The only mission you have is to do it right. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it just needs to be done right. All right, I think I have enough to show you. As you see, the netting that is under there has given this really nice base. That. And we're going to cut all this off in a little bit, that little selvage there. And I'm going to continue to do my right edge, and you're going to continue to do your right edge, and we'll meet each other at the other end. See you in a minute. All right, I'm at the end of the ribbon that we have just done the right side, and we're going to continue to do the right side down all the way to the end. And again, see how my hand is guiding. I'm never pulling the netting. I'm never pulling the netting. My hand is just gently guiding. That's it. And here, it's not pulling at all. It's just, I'm holding it gently. Everything is very gentle. Every touch is just, it's not firm, but it's firm enough. We got to the end, and now we're going to lock it. And we're going to pull that. So now you've got this beautifully flat ribbon. There's always going to be a little bit of movement in the ribbon, but essentially it's very flat. And when it gathers onto the comb, it's amazing. It just is perfect. So we're going to go ahead and cut that selvage off, and then we will be ready for the gathering of the veil. I'm back at my cutting board, and it's black, and I like to do that so I can actually see what I'm doing. Without that black surface or dark surface, you just don't really see. So a dark table, a black piece of cloth. I even do it, like when I'm wearing my blue jeans, stuff like that. It's dark, you can see it. And so we're going to start with the ribbon that's on the top side here. As you can see, this is where we're going to begin. And I'm going to begin to cut away right up to the ribbon. This is a great time to have an audible or call a friend. It's mindless. You can just talk, and in fact, the triplets would always know this was a great time to talk or just chit chat, because I was a captivated audience, especially if I was doing a cathedral. It takes quite a while. And so you just keep going down the edge, take your time, make sure your scissors are sharp. And if by any chance you nick it, not a worry. We're going to grab our little glue. We're going to have it right there with us, so that if we nick it, I'll show you how to fix that nick. All right, so now that you're just going down the edge, you can see how nice and clean that is. And sometimes you'll notice you miss some, so just go back and clean it up. But I recommend doing that after you're done. Go back through and see if there's any little holidays you missed, because it's easy to do. All right, let's just keep going. And let's talk about how I'm holding it. So I'm holding it like this. I have the netting there, but I'm holding it like this, but my finger right here is my guide. If you notice, that's what I'm putting my scissors on top of. You see that? Yep. So guided with my finger. I'll tell you what, I do not have model hands. I am a gardener, so I'm very fortunate to have hands that don't look like a farmer, but I feel like I should. My hands are always in the dirt. Dirt or veiling seems like the total opposites, right? As I mentioned, if you nick it, here's what we get to do. So there's the nick, and now we're going to take this glue and we're going to just gently put a very small dollop of glue right there. And then we're going to take it with our finger and gently lay it down. And just keep playing with it until it dries, which is instant with this glue, and then it's fixed. You don't even notice. All right, and then we're going to keep on going. We're going to keep cutting, and I will meet you on the other side. Don't forget to use your finger as a guide. Our veil is all trimmed and beautiful. I got all the little salvage off. And you can keep this salvage. It's kind of nice because you can use it and make little loops out of it like that. Put it in the boutonnieres or put it in a corsage. It's very lovely for a little added depth and interest to things. You can put it in your fascinator and then just roll it right up onto an old spool like that. It's easy. And you don't need a lot, so I wouldn't keep all of it. But if you want a little bit here and there, this is a great option. Or you can just throw it away. But as for our veil, we are done. It is fully done. And just go back over, make sure there's no holidays. You may see something, like that. I wouldn't worry about that. That's not too bad at all, actually. So just go through, make sure you got everything nice and clean. And if you notice, it lays beautifully. It's just so lovely. That's your ribbon edge.